Hello everyone, once again this is Joseph here. So I'm going to be making a updated video for the EAS mock community. I made a video about 8 months ago to show how I create emergency alert system mocks. I don't exactly make that many myself, but I know how to do it. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and make an updated video and show you some of the new technology that I've discovered over the last 8 months to make things work. Now keep in mind, I am not responsible for any activations of the emergency alert system. If you try to use this technology yourself and use it as a way to scare people in real life, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. But I am going to go ahead and show you how I do this. So let me hide that screen there. And we'll move over here. So first things first, you're going to want to find this website that I have here. This is going to be for your, let's see, I need favorites. So it's under NOAA Weather Radio. So you're going to want to download this program right here. It's the version 3.0 of Windows Movie Maker. I used 2.6 in the last video. However, if you're using Windows 10, keep in mind that Windows 2.6 is going to be quite unstable and it can become quite difficult to download. If you have a 32-bit version of Windows 10, you're going to want to do this one here, the 9.1 megabyte file, and then also if you want the 64-bit, if you have a 64-bit computer, you're going to want to use the 11 megabyte file. So once you click and download it, you're going to see this program come up and open, and it'll be Movie Maker 3.0, which I've already used once this afternoon to do a little bit of experimenting. But other than that, you're going to want to have Audacity, which is what I'm using to record my voice at the moment. So you're going to want to use this program right here, Audacity. And then for screen recording, which you can't see the box, but I'm also using for screen recording this program right here, Bandicam. You'll want to use that if you're wanting to do visual recording aid. But for the most part, you won't need Bandicam unless you're using it to create special voices. Another program you're going to want to get is the SAPI5 TTS app, which you can just look up on Google here, which I'll show you and link it to just in case you need it. But go to google.com. You're going to type in TTS app download, which will bring up a download prompt, and you can download the TTS app from the original .dll file program and then hit download TTS app.exe. And then when you open it, it'll have a toolbox that looks like the mouth there. So this is to use different text-to-speech voices. You can either enter it like this is a test of the emergency alert system, and then you can select your voice. So I usually use either VW Paul or the Tom voice, and you can change the audio quality, and I usually use 8-bit stereo for a more crackly sound. It'll sound like this.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
So another program you're going to want to get, which I'll open my documents here and I'll link it as well, for older voices such as Imperfect Paul and Imperfect Harry. You're going to want to use this program, which I will show you here. Let me go over here, and it'll be under weather information, and it will be this program right here. Let me find the exe. Well, should be right here. Let me open this up. Sorry. No, I've got plenty of recording time. Okay. ScanSoft demo. Anyway, I have another video. Go back and watch that other subscriber video for last upload from about 8 months ago. That'll demonstrate that. But we're just going to do an update with 3.0, and I'll show you some of the changes that 3.0 brings. So let me open Paint here. We're going to need to create a template for the alert that we want to create. So today, let's just say we want to make a test screen. So, oh, actually, let's do a flash flood warning. So we'll do a dark green color. So take it and do paint. Let's see, I gotta maximize this. There we go. So take a paintbrush, paint it green, and take your box and do white letters. Spread the box out as wide as possible so you have plenty of room to work in. You want to do the Arial font if you have Windows 10, which is one of the more usable fonts. We're going to do 22 for the start with. We're going to do capital. Put it in the middle. Bring it down. We're going to change the size to 15 for smaller. 14 works just fine as well. Make sure you get that right. I need to bring it down one more. So you can either do an emergency alert system has issued, but I usually do an emergency alert system has issued, and then we'll do the text, which we can do a different color if you so choose, but for today we're just going to use green. Sticky hands. I have not figured out how to make a proper font ticker tape yet for 3.0, so keep in mind that you're only going to have this screen when you're using this design. But with 2.6, which I'll walk you through, we can recreate the old variant through 2.6, and it'll look just the same, but it'll have better stability when you're putting the voices together and stuff. So you're going to want to do save as, and you're going to want to save the template as flash. Oh, let's take the caps off. Tab. Come on. Make sure that I still have it recording. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. We still got time. So I'm going to cut the video for a second here. Alright, now we're good. I have a little while longer. I just have to keep an eye on it since I'm using the demo version. So once you've saved the file, it will look like this when you open it up on the editor side with the Movie Maker. So it'll have this screen, and we'll import it to 3.0. I'm going to paste that. Now, to get a proper header tone, you can either go to the websites that are posted in the previous version, or you can create your own with Audacity. But for today, I'm going to create an EAS with my own personal private header tone, which is not like proper EAS. It's just a specialty tone that I've used in the past as a program. But give me just a second. I got to disconnect my keyboard. I'm going to import these files to the desktop. So it's alert files. If you really want me to upload these, I'll upload a video just of the header tone setup here, but for the most part I only use that for my private system. So minimize that. No. Paste. Okay. So here's the alert tones. So alert intro. It's got my header tone, I believe.
This is the JLWIS Emergency Weather Center. A severe weather notification.
Okay, so that's my voice.
For your area.
So, alert intro wave. So, I'll have to grab alert end, but let me go ahead and import those two files. So, audio or music, desktop, alert intro 1, and alert intro. Okay, so make sure that this is the voice. Nope. Okay, so you want to do that. Take it down, you paste it, make sure it's all good to go. You can adjust the volume as necessary through settings here by right-clicking. You can change the volume settings, but I have it set to the highest right now, as that's the most usable friendly. And if you want to make it look a little more realistic, you can paste a blank screen for a moment, and it'll flick on as if you're watching a TV show and the EAS interrupts it. So here we go. My voice will come on. And then the emergency alert system will take over. So we'll go to TTS app, open a file. Let's just do a simple text document to show that it works. Let's see, we need desktop, intro documents. I think. So where is it? Weather information. There we go. So we'll just copy flash flood warning 6, open, and we'll make sure that it looks proper, which it does. Make sure you change the don't to a proper abbreviation, or it'll say don't drowned, which is annoying. So once you make sure you have that saved, save the file to the desktop, which we can just import it on the computer to that file. So if we go to audio and music and click on weather information, we can go to flash flood warning 6, wave, import, paste it down, and scratch it over. So you can zoom out if necessary and just go on and cover it a little bit. And I'll grab my intone here in a second. So let me go ahead and demonstrate this as a normal EAS. So here we go.
This is the JLW
You're still recording.
Weather Center. A severe weather notification has been issued for your area. Please pay close attention to the details of the following message.
Yeah, you got a few minutes left.
From the National Weather Service in Little Rock, the flood warning continues for the following river in Arkansas: the Atchison River at Thatcher L&D affecting Bradley, Calhoun, and Union Counties. River forecasts are based on current conditions and rainfall forecasted to occur over the next 24 hours.
So I'll grab the traditional intone, which is, or just grab my intone, which is just a simple beep, and the EAS will disconnect. But we're going to go on and just continue onward. Just pretend that the intone has already been inserted. I'm trying to save a little bit of time here on my editing side after I complete this. But once you have this completed, let's just do test 1. I forgot that I disconnected my keyboard. That's why it wasn't working. So, trying my best here to make a quality video and not exactly making the most successful attempt. But go on and hook up my keyboard here. And we're going to name this test 1 .wmv. You don't have to put WMV, but I'm just putting that there so it makes it easier to find. You publish it, and then what we'll do next is we'll import the video to the older version that I've shown in a previous video, which I'll link in the description box below, and we'll add the ticker tape to the audio portion where the voice starts and ends. So this part can be a little bit tricky, but if you figure out how to do it, it works out pretty well, and I've found that it's an easy method to create EAS notifications, and you can use the same font and color as the MS Paint. So the only reason why you use 3.0 while you're putting the video together is because it's more stable and it won't crash on Windows 10. Windows 3.0 Movie Maker is more stable. So, okay, now that we've got that completed, let's go on and minimize 3.0, and it's probably going to say that the other one's running, which is understandable if it does. I'm going to open 2.6 here, and we're going to import that video. So it opened 3.0 automatically, but we'll go on and save this as test 1. We'll go over here and import 2.6. Come on. Here we go. And then you'll want to reuse 3.0. Just note that this error is common, and if you open 2.6, make sure that you save all of your tasks before you open an older version, or it will corrupt all of your temporary save data. So make sure you have like your templates and everything saved in a separate portion where they can be easily reactivated. So we'll open a video, so import video here. We'll open test 1. Let me take a second. Okay, it's over here. Go on and hit desktop. Open test 1, import. And it may take a second to import as it is the older version from Windows XP. Let me make sure I have plenty of recording time. Okay, I'm going to stop it for a second. Okay, now import test 1 to the video feed. Make sure it works. It does. It's alright if it's a little more poor quality when it's on the editor. So we've got to find where the EAS part starts. So here we go.
For your area, please pay close attention to the details of the following message.
Okay, so go to your edit movie, click make titles or credits, do on selected clip, or what you can do is you can do a title at the beginning, which, well, it just depends. The box will not change, but what you want to do is you want to give yourself plenty of room to work in adding text. And then remember the file that we used earlier to create the emergency notification. You want to open that text document. Come over here. Take all of the information. Don't change it. Just take it and copy it. And you might have to cut like short portions from it at times. Like I'll just do this part right here, copy, and we'll paste it in the first box here. Paste. So change the animation to scroll banner, I think. Let's find it. No. Where is it? I know which one it is. Just give me a second. Ticker tape is what I'm looking for. Ticker tape. There we go. So you see it's got that. You can do edit title, and it'll give you more room to type in. So just paste this and continue to paste it until you find that you've run out of room. If you haven't run out of room, then congratulations. You've basically created the ticker tape notification. Do a couple of enter keys, paste. And okay, so next you want to go over to font and color, change it to the font that you used for the EAS. font Arial, change the color to the dark green that you had. It's okay if you do a darker color or a lighter color than the traditional, but go ahead and take that, drag the file over to the starting point, and copy it all the way down to almost the end. Remember that you had that header tone at the very end, and you can reduce the size by doing Edit Font and Color, and then just bring the font size down to the smallest and click Done. And this is what it should look like in the finished product. Now remember, you're going to have to add all of these texts to each one, so what I would recommend is you remember which ones were put in place, and if you're making a long video, this could take a little while, but if you want to make this form of EAS, it's one of the cheapest ways to do it because it doesn't cost any money. So here's what the finished product should look like. Keep in mind that it's going to be a little grainy though.
This is the JLWIS Emergency Weather Center. A severe weather notification has been issued for your area. Please pay close attention to the details of the following message.
From the National Weather Service in Little Rock, the flood warning continues for the following river in Arkansas: the Audacity River at Thatcher L&D affecting Bradley, Calhoun, and Union Counties. River forecasts are based on current conditions and rainfall forecasted to occur over the next 24 hours. During periods of flooding, evening forecasts are reissued with updated rainfall forecasts. Observed and forecasted stage data plots are available on our Advanced Hydrologic Prediction Service webpage at www.weather.gov/L-D-K under the Current Conditions section. Select River and Lakes AHPS. Precautionary preparedness actions. Safety message: remember to turn around, and you won't drown. Remember to turn around, and you won't drown.
Okay, so you basically get the idea of how it works, and you can change the fonts and the colors and everything to your liking. But once you do that, you hit Save to My Computer, and we'll save it as test2.wmv. And you'll just do a traditional best quality playback for my computer, recommended, and it will save the new version. So once that's completed, you then re-import it into 3.0 for a higher quality video, and you save it as the final product, which could be Flash Flood Warning Mach 1 or whatever you want to do. So I'll upload the finished product to my channel as well as this tutorial, and you can use this to help you, and I'll be sure to drop all the links from the previous video that I made about 8 months ago, as well as the products that I've used in my new versions in the description box below, so that you can use it to upgrade your EAS software. I have tried NCH software. It works, but it's like a $30 program. And if you don't have the money to pay for a professional video soft editor, this would probably be your best bet for creating EAS mocks for free. So I'll leave a link in the description box below for the old tutorial, and I'll leave the links to all of the programs in the description box. So I'll finish up here with showing the system exporting the video in 3.0, and I'll call this video complete. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to like. If you haven't subscribed already, I recommend you subscribe. And I'm thinking of possibly getting into the mock community here soon. I just don't know what I'm going to use it for. There is a tropical storm that's moving into my area later this week, so there is a possibility that I may can turn real-world notifications from Tropical Storm Barry from my Midland Weather radios into a actual mock. So just stay tuned for that, and I hope this video was assistance enough for you to at least get a novice start on making these types of videos. So almost complete here, and I will finish up with exporting it in a higher quality on 3.0. So close 2.6. I'm going to stop the video here for a second. Alright. Well, nope, it's Control-H. So go on and open 3.0 again. You don't have to save it, just open 3.0. It's going to tell you that it's running. That's fine, just count to 10 and try it again. So import the video again. We'll do it as, like I said, the next test. So test2.wmv.wmv, which is fine. It just shows that it's been edited. And then we'll save it to this computer and we'll name it Flash Flood Mach 1. And you can upload it to YouTube. There is no... Oh. Let's just type it as 1 and I can change that. If it gives you issues, just give it whatever it takes and then you can edit the title when you're on YouTube. So, also, if you've noticed, 3.0 is a little faster than 2.6, which is quite handy in making these types of videos. So, alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up this new edited tutorial on how to make emergency alert system mocks. I'll also leave a link to Shelter 345's tutorial on how to create the crackling sounds for TTS voices, but I pretty much have mastered my own way of making crackling voices and stuff with the Tom SDK, but it may be a little bit more difficult with VW Paul and some of the other voices. But hopefully this video was helpful, and if you have any further questions, I know that one person was looking for the Donna and one of the other voices, I think it was Ralph or something like that. Or no, it was Donna and Craig. So he was looking for that, and I'm still looking for those voices, but so far it seems like that was a CRS system exclusive voice for the National Weather Service, but you can at least use Tom and Imperfect Paul. So hopefully this video was helpful, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care.